Welcome to this Wisconsin Department of Transportation presentation on the proposed bridge replacement project on Wisconsin State Highway 79 over the Coon and Clack Creeks in the town of Sherman in Dunn County, Wisconsin. This project's team consists of Tyler Rongstad, Wisconsin Department of Transportation Northwest Region Project Manager, and James Waters, MSA Professional Services Consultant Designer. This presentation will provide you with information related to the existing conditions of Wisconsin 79 and the history of both bridge structures, the project location, the purpose and need for this project, necessary construction staging, including the proposed detour route, access modifications off Wisconsin 79 for local residents, possible real estate acquisition needs, the project schedule, and finally, how you can provide input on this project.
Wisconsin 79 is a rural minor arterial highway with a moderate level of traffic of around 1,800 vehicles per day. This segment of Wisconsin 79 serves the communities of Connorsville, Boyceville, and Sherman with a north-south connection to US 12 northwest of the city of Menominee, as well as Interstate 94. This two-lane highway crosses over the Coon and Clack Creeks between the village of Boyceville and US 12 in the town of Sherman. The existing structures over these water bodies were first constructed in 1936. These structures are comprised of concrete deck supported by steel beams and timber pile piers and abutments. The last significant change to the structural design of these bridges was in 1987 when both bridges received a new concrete bridge deck.
This slide illustrates in greater detail the location of each structure as they relate to Wisconsin 79 and the surrounding communities. The Coon Creek Bridge is located between 730th Avenue and 750th Avenue, while the Clack Creek Bridge is located just north of the Coon Creek Bridge between 770th Avenue and 790th Avenue. The purpose of this proposed project is to address the existing bridge's failing structural elements which have reached the end of their service life. The need for this project was established through routine inspection and documentation of the structural elements of each bridge by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation Bridge Inspection staff. During these inspections, structural deficiencies were observed and recorded. The bridge decks of both structures are showing signs of wear with visible cracks on the driving surface and spalling of the concrete soffit. Deterioration of the timber pile structural elements of both bridges was also observed. One pile on the Coon Creek Bridge was noted to have a 40% section loss due to aging and weathering of the timber material. Finally, the bridge railing for both structures no longer meets current approved crash standards. The railings are also showing signs of damage due to routine plowing maintenance done in the winter months. The photo on the left illustrates the age condition of both the bridge deck and steel support beams, as well as the timber pile piers that make up the substructure of the Coon Creek Bridge. The photo on the right shows the Clack Creek Bridge with damage to the concrete soffit. The existing conditions of the timber pile abutments are seen here. Visible displacement of the timber materials that make up the abutment substructure have been documented at both bridges. The substandard bridge railing present at both structures is shown on this slide. As mentioned previously, this design does not meet the department's current standards for crashworthiness. To meet the purpose and need of the project, the following improvements to Wisconsin 79 are proposed. Regarding the existing bridge structures, each bridge will be removed and reconstructed. The new bridge structures will consist of a concrete deck with concrete support beams and substructure. The new bridge railing will be a solid concrete wall that meets the department's current crash standards. Once constructed, the new bridge width will be wider by an estimated 4 feet. The proposed improvements to the roadway portion of Wisconsin 79 will include new asphalt pavement surface within the construction limits, new pavement markings, signage, and new guardrail system that meets the department's currently approved designs. It should be noted that these improvements will utilize the existing horizontal location of the Wisconsin 79 centerline alignment. There are no plans to shift the centerline alignment horizontally from its existing location. However, to match the new geometry of the bridge structures, the centerline profile of Wisconsin 79 will need to be raised. A raise in centerline elevation of approximately 1.5 feet at the Coon Creek Bridge is anticipated at this time, while the Clack Creek Bridge is expected to see a raise of 2 feet. The new bridge structures dictate a raise in profile due to the design requirements of the concrete railing and the need to maintain adequate grade across the bridge for surface water drainage. The estimated construction limits at the Coon Creek Bridge are shown on this slide. These limits are approximately 350 feet north of the bridge, while the south construction limits are approximately 550 feet in length. The Clack Creek Bridge estimated construction limits are shown here. These limits span from approximately 325 feet north of the bridge to 575 feet south of the bridge. It should be noted that the construction limits shown for these two locations may change as design progresses. The limits shown are provided to give context on anticipated impacts to Wisconsin 79 and the surrounding land. To construct these improvements, Wisconsin 79 will be closed to through traffic and a detour route will be put in place. This detour route will utilize US Highway 12, Wisconsin 25, and Wisconsin 170. Local residents located between these two bridges on 750th Avenue, 390th Street, and 770th Avenue will be able to access the detour route via County Trunk Highway J. It is anticipated that the closure of Wisconsin 79 to through traffic will be in place for one construction season. Shown in greater detail here is the proposed detour route to be used during construction of these two bridges. Starting at the south terminus of the detour route, through traffic will be detoured along US Highway 12 for approximately 3 miles to the east to Wisconsin 25. From here, traffic will travel northbound on Wisconsin 25 for approximately 11 miles until reaching the intersection with Wisconsin 170 in the village of Wheeler. From this intersection, the final stretch of the detour route runs west along Wisconsin 170 for approximately 7 miles until rejoining Wisconsin 79 in the village of Boisseville. Motorists traveling southbound on Wisconsin 79 will utilize this same route starting at the north terminus in the village of Boisseville as indicated on the map. No permanent closure or relocation of existing accesses on Wisconsin 79 are anticipated at this time. However, to accommodate the raised profile of Wisconsin 79 mentioned previously, some driveway accesses near these bridges will need to be raised. Throughout construction, access to adjacent properties will be maintained at all times for local residents and emergency first responder personnel. To accommodate the raise in profile of Wisconsin 79 that accompanies the replacement of these two bridges, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation anticipates the need to purchase right-of-way. At the Coon Creek Bridge, permanent right-of-way is anticipated to be needed along the west and east side of Wisconsin 79. This is needed for grading and embankment construction associated with the reconstruction of the bridge and roadway approaches. Temporary easements may also be needed throughout the project limits for tying in roadway side slopes and turf restoration. The final amount of right-of-way to be purchased is not known at this point, but the areas anticipated to be impacted are represented in the yellow highlighted regions shown on this slide. Similar permanent and temporary right-of-way needs will be required at the Clack Creek Bridge as well. As mentioned previously, definitive amounts of right-of-way to be purchased is not known at this time, but estimates of the areas to be impacted at the Clack Creek Bridge are shown in yellow on this slide. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation will conduct the real estate purchasing process and is estimated to begin in early 2021. Individual property owner meetings are anticipated to be held during this time. Impacted property owners are encouraged to review the landowner rights brochure available on the project website. This slide outlines the design tasks related to this project and their anticipated completion dates. To see additional information regarding this project, please visit the project website shown here. The department encourages you to talk to the project representatives regarding your comments, questions, or concerns. This can be done in the form of an email to the contacts listed on the project website, or by mailing a comment card that can be downloaded from the project website as well. Likewise, if you are a local resident or community official that received a project notification letter, the comment card attached in your mailing can be used for correspondence with the project team. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation thanks you for watching this presentation on the proposed bridge replacement project on Wisconsin 79 over the Coon and Clack Creeks in the town of Sherman in Dunn County, Wisconsin. Your comments assist the department in developing a project that will serve not only the needs of the traveling public, but the needs of the local community as well. Your input is welcome and appreciated throughout the design process. Thank you again for your time and safe travels.